You're muted. It's okay if you don't want to say.
Yeah,
You can.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, actually, I think I saw it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I click
Right.
something and sign up through the email. Then I get late.
I see. I see. So I
So,
think you saw my Facebook ad, correct?
yeah,
Something
I
related
think
to
so.
client outreach.
Yeah, I think so. And
Hmm.
I just want to check
Yep.
regarding, yeah, actually I'm from Philippines and I think you're from Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken.
Unfortunately, the way I
Or
speak gives away where I'm from. I'm from Malaysia.
yeah. But anyway, I just want to check the freelancing technique and other
Yes.
stuff
Yep.
from
This is the
the
right
other
place.
country.
Yeah. This is
From
the
the
right.
other country.
This is
Yeah.
the
So
right
it's
place.
different.
And just to let you know that for Philippines, some people, I mean, it's 100% natural if you think, oh, so different country have different techniques, but you'll be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends in Philippines. Some have
Mm-hmm.
migrated to United States after they got work. I have found
Mm-hmm.
work for quite a few Philippines, and last time when I ran my agency, almost everybody I hired as virtual assistant is from Philippines.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
I have the only thing I haven't experienced in your shoes probably is what you do, and I haven't lived in Philippines. I
Oh,
haven't eat
okay.
Philippines food, but okay, and I don't speak the language. But I'll say I know some things that will work for people working from Philippines. So okay, I'll just give you the priority. You probably came because you would like some questions answered. Okay, so if you can't think of the question now, no problem. Okay, I give you some time to think of the question. But if you have something you want to ask now, if something you want to know, or you want to describe your situation, the mic is yours.
Oh, okay. From your perspective,
Mm-hmm.
from the other country,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like Malaysia or China or wherever, in Singapore, yeah, particularly.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to ask about the freelancing uh, technique there, or rather than, I think, what do you call this? The status itself. Is it very in demand? Are they hiring Filipinos?
Okay.
Mostly if and I also want to listen
Okay.
about the perspective of another person living in another country about freelancing. That's it.
Okay. So let me see if I understand the question. You want to know if freelancing is in demand, not just from Philippines, from other areas. How in demand are our service?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I'll share my very limited perspective. So I have friends who are from Europe, uh, United States, Canada, Singapore, Philippines. Okay, Southeast Asia, not Singapore. Yeah, so these few countries. So it's very funny. If you ask me this question 3 years ago, my
Hmm.
my answer will be, oh, freelancing is very tough. I have to always compete on price. There's always somebody from India who is undercutting me. Uh, I used to
Yes.
sell websites and I used to sell Facebook ads. Oh, before just for additional perspective, what freelancing service are you offering?
Actually, I'm really new, so my niche is far from not really a master that. Actually, I know basics like video editing, graphic designing. It's very basic, but I somehow I knew.
Okay, so
Then email
more on the
support,
creative side.
something like that. Yeah.
More on the creative side, you like to do art related work like video editing, graphic design?
I mean, much more. I will be likely inclined to writing, something
I
like
see.
that. Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Mm-hmm.
relief because here the community mostly are copywriters. They write for a living.
Mm,
So it's
yeah.
one of them writes article, but besides that one, I think everybody else is doing persuasion, digital marketing related.
Yeah,
Okay,
marketing
so
related.
Bo
It's
himself, he specialized in writing emails.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's say if you were to write emails, how many
Hmm.
emails do you think you need to write a month? If let's say you were doing this for a living.
Actually, no. I I mean my corporate job was far then. Then for a long time I was just an online seller.
I
Yeah.
see. Online sell.
So, but anyway, that's my niche. I like to write
Hmm.
and my hobby too. So,
Oh,
I think that that would be my niche.
you like to write stories or you like to write information based
Mm,
or what kind of writing?
it's both, I think. For the stories, I think I'm more inclined for emotional stories,
I see.
something like that. Mm-hmm.
I'll probably introduce you with one of our community members. She likes to write stories. It's her main
Oh,
hobby. It's the main way she used to express herself.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
that'll
So
be
it will
nice.
be interesting. So I'll just say after this I'll send you a link to join our Facebook group. We can I'll introduce you to the other people here. So
Okay, thank you.
it's very interesting here.
Mhm.
So you mainly write stories. And how long have you been doing freelancing? If I'm able to ask?
No, actually, I'm just new. I'm very new. I started a freelancing courses last June.
Hmm,
Then I was enrolled in an academy
I see.
for online academy actually.
Mm-hmm.
Then in there there's a support group, a community. But to tell you frankly,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like a one-on-one coaching. So if you get some questions and I think you lost track, you cannot ask somebody literally urgently will answer you. So
Yeah.
you gotta know the answer by yourself if you need help. So
Yes.
basically, self-paced studying is what's happening on the academy, something like that.
I see. So
So.
you decided to
Mm,
be a freelancer. You took a course in June and you enrolled in the academy, learning at your own pace
mhm,
currently.
yes.
Okay. I might have some YouTube videos. It's not by me, it's by other people. But I think I have
Mhm,
a playlist I can share with you. It will help you a lot in what are the questions you want to think about freelancer. Because if I'm understanding your journey currently, you
mhm.
probably have like a full-time job and you're looking to use freelance to supplement your income. Is that accurate?
Actually, it's just a part-time too. Then right now, I wanted to work freelance.
I see.
Then that's the one that I want to do for
Mm.
full-time freelancing.
Mm. Okay. So there are many freelancing communities. I will encourage you to join a few of them, see which it's to your fitting. Okay.
Mhm.
So the good news is here, it's free to join.
Yeah, thank you.
Every Saturday, it's a hangout, like it's a casual hangout session where
Oh.
I'll take questions, and most of the time when people ask questions, I'll try to understand what you're trying to ask, what they're trying to get
Mhm,
clear, and I'll give some perspective. And most of the time, I can't give like a full answer, but what I
mhm.
can do is I can point everybody in the direction for the next step, so you know, okay, this is the next thing I need to do. This is the next thing I learn. I just put my attention here, and this will bring me the closest to where I need to be.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Anyway, you will share information and your knowledge. That would be great. I
Yeah.
think it
So
will help us. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm,
that's the whole goal of this. So just a little plug. I have some videos on YouTube. I will have a Facebook group.
mhm.
But what is the best way for me to send you the links? Because I don't think I'll be sending it on this call because I don't want to
Oh,
open my
yeah, you
browser
can
currently.
send it to my email.
Okay.
Do you want me to put it in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Anyway, what country are you guys from?
Both of us, unfortunately, from Malaysia.
Oh, Malaysia. So you're in Malaysia right now.
Yes, I am.
And the other guys?
Yeah, I'm also in Malaysia. Me and Jay is living in a different city. I'm in the main
Mm.
capital city, but he's in a different city, like somewhere else. So, I haven't visited Jay personally, but
We
I
never met.
probably think, yeah,
We never
we
met
really never met.
for like even though
Oh,
the
Yeah.
2 years,
country is so
2 years.
so so small, we never met, and
Yeah.
I'm basically living somewhat in the forest.
I'm not in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah,
He's in
something.
Kuala
I mean,
Lumpur.
like, yeah, I'm around
Okay.
Kuala Lumpur, but Jay is somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
What I'll
anyway,
do
are
is
you guys from literally from what do you call this? From agency, or
Um,
do you
right.
provide the? Mm-hmm,
Do you mean like working in an agency or something like that?
mm-hmm,
Right. So like Jay obviously like has transitioned, right? But for me, I'm actually previously I'm working with one agency and then I jump into another agency, which is
mm-hmm.
what I'm currently working on right now. And then in the agency itself, I started working full time for a specific client, right? Sort of, yeah, slowly transitioning from agency to a client and then eventually to multiple clients, right? That's my goal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same as me.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
so. But
You're
anyway, this is not a formal coaching time, or what? Is it a formal coaching time?
oh
I mean, do you have a program right now, or
technically
something
speaking,
like
we do have a program.
that?
And
Mm-hmm.
most
yeah.
of the
Yeah.
time it's I give them information. I help them to anticipate problems they're going to face, tell them what's going to happen. They will go and have face the problem, and then they will get solutions from me.
Okay, I will
I'm
listen now. I will shut up.
I'm like being the oracle because I can tell them what's the problem they're going to face.
Okay. Okay, I will listen now.
All
You
right.
can continue.
So
I'm
I'll pass
sorry.
the mic to Ryan and
Thank you.
Wang. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Wang Sheqi, hello.
Wang Siqi. I believe you are Max Wang's
Yeah,
Han's
yes.
sister.
Yes,
Ah,
yes, yes.
okay. So Han said you
Wow.
would like some information. You have some questions to ask. So just now, and asked about what's the freelancing prospects like. Is there a high demand for this? Is this the right thing for me to do? Okay, so the short answer is yes. It's something growing. It has been growing. I've been doing this since 2016. Starting as a virtual assistant, do freelancing. I did a lot of nonsense. Okay, I did a lot of different things. Some are more useful than others. So if you talk about video editing, yes, I did some video editing. If you talk about graphic design, yes, I edit some photos. Yes, I create some Facebook ads. Yes, I create some Google ads. But I'm not a video editor. I'm not a, I won't say I'm a graphic designer. I do want it to be done, okay, for the thing to work. Okay, so that's how I see myself. All right, so Han, what is the question that you like to ask, or what is the concern you have?
Okay, so I'm currently working with a
Mm-hmm.
speaker in Malaysia. So
Okay.
he's teaching people during webinars. So
Hmm.
currently in his team, only me and another colleague,
Okay.
which is doing customer service.
Okay.
So, because our program is providing 90% done for you marketing service for his students.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the one who helps him to like, after the students they come in, right? After they go through the coaching with my boss,
Mm-hmm.
at the end I will need to help them to do the 90% done for you marketing, which include like helping them to do the landing page, the Facebook ads, and then the email autoresponder, all the things
Shit.
behind. Okay, so it's a one leg kick uh job. So
This
I
league
have to
better be
include
kicking
all.
many things.
I I don't think so. And then now I also like because they are doing webinars, so they also need to do their slides. So sometimes I will also need to like jump in and then help the students to uh help them to fix their slides. Teach them how to say. Help them
Wow.
to design the script.
Wow.
So my current situation
You're doing
is
more work than me.
yeah, every day I keep working, but um
Mm-hmm.
I like this job. I love this job, but it didn't give me the income that I want. Uh, can't say it didn't give me the income that I want, but I think maybe I
You are not
deserve more.
making 40,000 ringgit, 10,000 US dollar, then it's not.
No.
Because you're doing too many things.
And yeah, and I found when I do a lot of things right,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not professional, like in doing Facebook ads. Not saying that I'm really good in this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is like just halfway.
Um, you'll be surprised to hear that that was what I did 2016, 17, 18, these 3 years. Those three
Mm-hmm.
years, I was a generalist. Frankly, until today, I still see myself as a generalist. I know a bit of everything, and which is why nowadays I don't even want to do the thing because other people can do it better than me.
Oh,
But
you
what my
don't.
yeah, but most of the time it's not about how good the work is done. It's I'm able to do what the customer really wants, plus more importantly, what really helps them to improve the business. The problem with now, frankly, I thought of doing this myself, where I go and get customers. I teach them, I do the training, tell them, hey, you need to have your Facebook ad, you need to have the landing page, you have the lead magnet, you need to do webinar, you need to have slides, you need to have email to follow up after they opt in, you need to have 30-day automatic. This is how you create Facebook ads. Then I'll have a group of virtual assistants to do the implementation. I did that in 2019, 2019 and early 2020. After that, I stopped doing it.
Mm,
Yeah. So
why?
actually, why? Because it's too tiring.
I do like. Mm,
Yeah. And I didn't do webinar. Okay. So what I didn't do that time, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. Yeah.
mm,
Okay. I was doing this. I was doing Facebook and Google ads. Okay. But I end up like, this is there are probably easier ways to earn money based on my skills. So I took a leap of faith and I make a very, very big change in my career. Yeah. But just to let you know that this is very normal through our career. We always specialize, and generalize. It's a very normal thing. Uh, just, but here's a quote. Just because we can do it doesn't mean we should do it.
mm,
So like I also try to keep quiet that I cannot edit video, else people ask me to do it. No,
mm,
that's just a joke. Actually, if my client know I can do video editing, I show them how to do. I say if you really want me to hire people to do video editing, it's not going to be affordable because I know when you change something in a video, you need to rewatch the whole video, correct?
yeah.
Yeah. So if it's a webinar or whatever, then it's even worse. So the goal that I had was last time I was doing a lot of things, so I realized I didn't ask this question. What is the one thing that I can do that allows me to charge a lot of money? So it's not about how much I do, it's what is the one thing that I can do better, I can do, it's a high impact thing, but it can bring me a lot of money. And then every other things I have to make a decision. I can do, but I'm not going to do. So whenever I touch my keyboard, I want to do it, I have to like slap my hand like this. Don't do it. Like no.
Mm,
Yeah. So that was a summary of what happened. It took me a long time. Like let's not kid ourselves. It took me a long time to make that change. Okay, but I can see what is your situation here. So for career, if like say the boss is nice, if the client is good, it's okay to stick with the client. That being
mm,
said, if you can do everything here, even at a basic level, it's very advantageous already because most people can't even do it at the basic level. So if you can do many things at the basic level, and depending if you enjoy doing it,
mm-hmm.
uh, um, I'm not sure if a person who likes to do webinar will enjoy doing email. It's a bit of a different kind of personality.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a bit
Yeah.
different. So I'll give you some next steps. Probably start with some personality tests. You understand who you are, what type of person you are. Are you the more type of research type? Are you more of the writing type? Are you more of the graphic design type? Or
Mm,
do you get more fulfillment when you're talking to another human being? Or do you get more
mm,
fulfillment when you are doing a lot of listening? So we
mm,
need to know ourselves very well. So I'll pass you some things that you can do immediately. So once you do those, we help you get clear on what is the one thing that you should spend most of your attention on. The other things, if it's not an emergency, we don't do it. So that
mm,
will allow you to do more of the things that you're good in. For example, Bo today, he specialized in writing email. He doesn't spend his time to create Facebook ad, even though he probably can. If you want him to do it, he has some training, he can probably do it. But if people approach him, the first thing that comes out from their mouth, they say, Bob, I want Facebook ads. He'll be like, that's the reaction. Okay. But if it's email, then he'll like, okay, so email, let's talk. What is the situation of your email and stuff like that. So and this is a lesson for everybody who's listening. It's not about doing a lot of things. It is not about working long hours. Why can I say that? It's because last time, if I show the list of the things that I did before, we will need a few PowerPoint slides. Okay, that is not how. And when I was doing that, I wasn't making a lot of money. I was making very, very very minimal income. So I know for a fact it's not about knowing how to do a lot of things. And those days, how long I was working minimum 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I know it's not about how long we work, because now I work less hours, I do less work, okay, but I earn more. So I know those are a lot of things that unfortunately nobody tell us. This is the situation. We have to find out ourselves. Okay, but just trust the process. Okay, you want to focus on what is your strength on. So first we need to discover what is the things that we like to do, what are the things that we don't like to do. If anything else, if you make the same money, you'll be much more happy. That alone is kind of worth it. Okay, but my goal here is to help everybody to get clear what is the thing that you like to do and how to get very well rewarded for it. Okay, so here you have to figure if you like, okay, how much I like this current client. Okay, for me it's very simple. If I don't like the person, I fire them immediately. Okay, I know not everybody should do this. I'm a bit crazy when it comes to this. Okay, but just take some inventory and just know that if even nothing else, you keep your current situation. It's a very good learning platform. So I recommend people to look at it from this way. Um, if it's your first 6 months, if up to your first 1 year, being able to learn while you get paid or get paid while you learn to develop this skill is a very good privilege. But before that, we will ask, what is the skill I'm developing, and is this skill something that commands a very high rate? Is this a very high income skill? So I'll just say, if you are a person who can create a very good webinar slides and deliver a very good webinar presentation, yes, it's worth a lot of money. Landing page, yes. I've been paid $50 and $5,000 for one page. The only okay, there are two differences: the skill and how I sold. Okay, so this, I'll say, landing page also is a high income skill. Facebook ads, for sure, is a high income skill. Email, yes. Okay, so these things, doesn't matter which one you like, as long as one of it you like, we choose to focus, one or two, you'll be setting yourself up for a good growth. Okay, so don't need to feel that I need to be so good on one thing. It works for some people. Okay, and in fact, most of the time I recommend that pick one or two things. The others, just keep it in your emergency toolbox, just in case you need to do it, or just in case that situation, it requires to have some knowledge of it. It helps you to communicate with other people, because freelancers, usually we have to work with, maybe it's an agency, maybe it's the business owner, maybe it's other team members. So having a basic understanding, it helps a lot. Okay, but find out what is the one thing, one or two, maximum two, that you were like, okay, I don't mind spending 3 hours a day practicing learning this thing, because this is something in the next 2 or 3 years I'll be spending a lot of time with. It's something I like to do. If it's something that I like to do, I can do it every day, and I can get paid a lot of money for it. It is something to worth spending the time on. Okay, so I hope that was useful.
Yeah.
At least it's something to think of. Okay, so where you are now, the current trajectory, the current situation, it's good. You don't need to make a big change. You don't need to make a big change. Yeah, in fact, I'll just challenge you to try to do less work. Identify what is the work you don't want to do.
because my team only me and then a new colleague, so I need to help my boss.
Ah, okay. So Bo already know
Mm,
this
mm,
personality is which personality already.
mm,
Okay, both of you have the same weakness. Okay, I can help you on that. So sometimes, now I know you're not going to believe this because I spoke with a lot of my friends are of this personality and they find it very ridiculous until one day it works for them. Then they're like, actually, what you told us actually worked. So sometimes this is a word of wisdom. Don't make other people's problem your problem.
mm,
You'll be much more happy person. Don't make your clients' problems your problems. Okay, I'm not saying don't help your client. Please hear,
mm,
listen correctly. I'm saying don't make other people's problem your problem. Okay, so how we do that is we learn to manage expectation. We learn how to draw a line. Like, hey, I'm here to help you. This is what I'm good at. There are some things you probably don't even want me to touch because frankly, I'm not the best person to do it. Okay, if the boss can only hire 2% due to he or she is not charging high enough, that is definitely not your problem. It is your boss's problem. If they are charging high enough, they can afford to hire multiple virtual assistants. I got crazy. There was one stage I hired 5 virtual assistants from Philippines. I actually go crazy because I need to talk with 12 person 1 week. Five virtual assistants, 7 clients. I go crazy. I cannot talk to so many people. So I realized that was the time where I hit the wall. It's like I'm going crazy. I'm so unhappy. I'm so unhealthy, and that was why I stopped everything. I reset my whole life. Okay, hopefully that's what I'm trying to prevent everybody from doing. Okay, it took me like I think took me 3 to 6 months to mentally recover. Physically took me 1 month to recover. Okay, I was sick. But
mm,
those are things that we do not want to do. All right, so don't worry. I'm not here to change your mind over one day. It's like, oh, Jay told me not to help my boss. I'm not going to help him. I don't expect that to happen over one day. I'll show you what are the things that you make you think you need to help them, why you feel bad about not helping them. Then it will be much easier for you to know, oh, actually, if I don't help them, sometimes I'm actually helping them. Okay,
mm.
we will discuss that on another session.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, so let me
Mm.
pass the mic to Ryan. Hello, Ryan. Sorry for addressing you so late. This is where my lack of experience hosting multiple people shows. Because if it's a good host, then I'm supposed to pass the mic around, and when somebody enters, I'm actually supposed to announce, "Hey, welcome." But sometimes when I look at the name, I don't know how to pronounce. I already, how am I supposed to say that? So luckily, you're called
Mm.
Ryan.
Hello
Hello,
there.
hello, Ryan. Where are you from?
I am from the Philippines.
Hmm. Right. So if I were to guess, you saw one of my Facebook ad about client outreach, and you downloaded a short PDF, a short video, and you received my emails, and here we are.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't opened the email yet because I'm actually about to go to sleep. But then
Oh,
I saw the this webinar, so I decided to check it out first. So
I see. So,
yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll go check it.
so now I'm under a lot of pressure to make it worth your time. I'm
Not
just joking.
really, not really.
I'm just joking. I make it I make it like I want everybody to feel because everybody took the time out of the day. It's Saturday, most of the time, Saturday night, people want to go out, have some fun, people want to relax, they want to spend time with family. Or if for my case, I like to play computer games, that was me. Okay, I'll be playing 8 hours computer games during the weekend per day. Okay, that is me. I don't do that nowadays. I do that only on Sunday. Saturday,
Mm,
not so.
mm,
Okay, so I like to
okay.
acknowledge that. Now the reason why I know what you did and what you haven't did is because um Well, I do digital marketing, so well, I know a few things here and there, but
I see.
I didn't stalk you. I didn't check. Oh, did Ryan actually read my email? I can, but I mean I'm not that crazy, you know. So
I
what is
see.
the
Uh,
what is the main thing that you like to get clear on? If there's one thing that you would like to get from here.
Well, I'm not really sure if I'm the only one who's not really who's just about to venture into freelancing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming perhaps all of you are already into freelancing. As for me, I just finished some of the trainings for video editing as well as for social media management. So just so I could be prepared as well as to have knowledge about that.
I see.
So my question perhaps for you guys would be where do you find clients? I mean, are those from Facebook groups or from certain websites? Because that is something that I have no idea yet.
Okay, that's a very fair question, and it makes very good sense because that is the main ad that I put out. Okay,
Mhm.
so um, to answer the first question, uh, is are you the only person who is new, quote unquote, new to freelancing? The answer is no. And earlier, she also just started this in June. Start to take some courses, start to learn how to do this. Okay, so everybody have to start somewhere. It is just because the reason why I started in 2015, um, it's not because oh Jay is so smart, he know freelancing is the future. He started so many years ago. It was because that time my business failed, so I have to find a way to generate income for myself. Else, I have no money. So
Mhm.
I started early because of my lack of skill in other areas. So I started early. So
Mhm.
there are many ways to get clients. To answer the question of how to get clients, there are many ways to get clients. But before we answer that question, and here is where, okay, Bo and Max, pay attention how to be a consultant, how to give people advice, pay attention here. So these are the 9 steps to be a freelancer who is able to get high ticket clients. What you ask is, how am I supposed to reach out to clients? It's at step 6. Okay,
Mhm.
once we reach out to clients, how am I supposed to present? What am I supposed to tell them? How am I supposed to talk about money? How am I supposed to make sure they buy? And let's say if they ask me any questions, how am I supposed to answer? Those are step 6, 7, 8, and
Mhm.
9. However, why are they on top here? I get a lot of questions for phase 3. Okay. However, what I tend to suggest is we want to know why are we doing this freelancing. For some people, it will be their full-time job, it will be their full-time income. For some, it will be, hey, I have extra 4 hours every day. I don't know what to do. I don't have a capital to start up my business. So I think freelancing is something I want to do. Okay. So
Mhm.
that is a few reasons why people want to do this. And the answer or what type of client you should do, what kind of work you should be doing, it heavily depends on what would you like to get out of this. What is the main reason you are looking to do freelancing? So if we were able to ask you, Ryan, what is the main reason you're doing this? What would be your
What's my
response?
answer?
Yeah, yeah.
First off, my background was primarily in
Hmm.
the BPO industry in call centers,
BPO
and
is
yeah, call centers here in the Philippines.
sorry, I don't know what is BPO.
Sorry, BPO. That's the I think it's business process outsourcing. That's the other
Okay,
term we use. If we don't want to use the word call center.
okay,
So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I that's where I came from. I worked there for I think almost 10 years,
Oh wow.
and
Hmm.
I got fed up with primarily with with the culture as well as the stress.
Mm.
And here in the Philippines, that's a huge
Yes. That's
for most young um, employees. That's where they go to, and
yes.
for apparent reasons, because it provides higher salary. So that's where we normally dive into. But of course, after a few years of working for call centers, you would also feel the urge to get out of that because
Mm.
it's really toxic, as well as the pressure. Sometimes there are some employers wherein you would really feel like they are they're slave drivers. So I don't want to go back to that
Okay.
environment anymore. And
Yeah.
the the freedom that freelancing gives, especially to with our time, it's incomparable. So that's the reason why I wanna venture into freelancing.
Yeah. So Han actually typed in chat. He say we have the same story, Ryan.
Yeah. I
Okay.
saw that.
So yeah. Most of the time, if it's if you are close to my age, I don't know your age. I can't see your face. I have no idea. I'm just
I
guessing.
see.
If you are close to me or Han's age, and if you are working for 10 years, maybe you're closer to him than me.
No,
Okay. If you're working for
I'm
20 years, you'll be closer to me.
I, I think I worked there for about 15 years, but not continuously.
I
Yeah,
see.
because in between uh I tried some businesses. Yeah.
Okay. So freedom,
Mm.
if I'm hearing you correctly, and just correct me if I'm not, you are you are doing this because you want more freedom. You want to do something that you are that's more enjoyable for you, and not
Yeah.
just like, I can't quit. I don't like what I'm doing. But if I leave this, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know what's going to happen next month. I'm not sure what's going to happen 3 months from now. That fear paralyzes me. So even though I have to work at a call center, even though the boss
Mm.
thinks I have to like hold my nose, cover my ears, and just do it.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure if the um, working hours is same as what we have here in the Philippines. We are normally in the graveyard shift,
Yes,
so
USA time.
nighttime. Yeah, exactly. So your body clock will just be demolished, really. I mean, later on, you would feel something in your body that is no longer right, because after a few months or years of sleeping during daytime and working where you should be, when you should be sleeping. So
Yes, I
it's
can
unhealthy as well. Yeah.
I can relate to that because from 2015, 16, 17, 18, that's what I was
Hmm.
doing. I was waking up at sometimes 3, 4 a.m. Some
Yeah.
if I get to bed early, it's one in the morning. That's early. Okay, and this is
Hmm.
coming from somebody who used to sleep at 11 or 12. So there is
Yeah.
something weird about those few hours. It doesn't sound like it's a very big difference, but that 3 hours somehow it screws with your
Yes.
body, and you don't feel it in your 20s. You'll feel it more in your 30s. I heard you will really feel it in your 40s.
Yes. That's what they say.
Mm.
Normally on your 40s, you would not feel that when you were still young,
Mm.
but eventually it's inevitable. So
Okay,
yeah.
so it sounds like there will be a lot of things that you will need to get clear on, Ryan. Number one is, okay, so just pay attention to how we interview people. Okay, so
Hmm.
Ryan, if you were to describe one thing that you enjoy a lot in your in your current working for uh, call centers, what would be the most enjoyable thing that you have currently?
The most enjoyable thing, or perhaps something that I would treasure,
Mhm.
would be developing communication skills and um, uh, how to have good customer service, because you can use that if you would uh, establish your own business in the future. You know how you could serve your customers or your clients. That is something that's what I learned from BPO that I could really be proud of.
Okay. If we change the working hours, if we change the working hours to a working hours that you would like, would you still be inclined to explore freelancing, or would you be very happy working in a current company?
Um, I would really want to work for. I would really want to venture to freelancing. I don't want to
I
go
see.
back anymore really to the BPO industry.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
guys, why did I ask the question just now? Okay, and why did I ask what is the most enjoyable thing in the first place? Because when
Oh,
Ryan
sorry.
shared with us his backstory, okay, it's mostly on uh, the things that are not comfortable. So I need to know, like, okay, what are the things that he find that's enjoyable out of the current situation, and it sounds like even that isn't like very very high. So the discomfort is actually higher than what is comfortable. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm asking that to know, okay, what is the situation like? Um, Now if I'm interviewing people for job, okay, this actually tells me a lot. So why I'm able to interview is because last time, okay, side story, and this will help everybody, okay? Because when you are a freelancer and you meet your client, they are interviewing you. So I'm now here to share you the interviewer's perspective. I'm here to share from you the business owner perspective. How do we look at freelancers? Okay. So if you're going to interview for a job, or let's say you are closing a gig for your own gig with a client, ideally you want to find a gig, a service that you're going to do that it's very compatible, very aligned with your strength. So Ryan, let's say you are a good listener, and if if my first impression of you is accurate, I think your listening skills is better than most. If that is the one skill that you can monetize, being a very good listener, there are ways to get a lot out of it. Um, so let's say if I'm a business owner and I were to hire somebody on this, I'll prefer to hire someone where this listening skill is something that makes it very different. I'll give a very ridiculous example, a very not ridiculous, a radical example. How many here
Mm.
think graphic design and listening skill have nothing to do with graphic design and listening skill? It's like totally unrelated. Who think is unrelated? Who think is very related? Raise up the other hand. Graphic design and
I do.
listening skill is very related. Oh, you think it's very related? Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So from what I see on the face, I think most people is like I don't think graphic design and listening skill is very related. Okay. So if I were to go for an interview, and let's say I've identified everybody is a very bad listener, and I realize I can use this to differentiate myself, because when we are interviewing other people, we are looking for what is this person different from the other. When we are looking to buy, let's say I want to buy this cup, it's currently empty. What's the difference between this cup and other cups that I have currently, and what are the other cups that I tried in the past? So as a freelancer, we want to show the potential customer or the potential company what is different from us. So let's say I'm a graphic designer. I say, hey, mainly when I help my client design the logo or design the product image, I'll ask them a lot of questions about who they are trying to serve. Why is the customer buying? How do they want the customer to feel when they look at their logo? Or how do they want the customer to feel when they look at their product packaging? I'll ask and I'll listen, and I'm able to listen beyond the obvious. Okay, so if they say they want fast, why do they actually want fast? How does that change their life? I'm able to insert all of this in my graphic design. The person who interview you will be like, okay, this is different. So you'll stand out a lot. Okay. So a lot of the
Mhm.
times when we, and let me just bring up the this again. Okay. A lot of the times when we talk with other people, we do the presentation here. It's like, oh, how can I reach out to more? How can more people see me so that I get to talk with more potential clients? Then when I talk with more people, I get to close more deals. Okay, this this is a good question. But before that, how are we going to present ourselves, and how are we going to differentiate ourselves? What is our process? What makes me special? All of this have to be answered. You have to know for yourself, like, okay, this is what I want to tell people. This is what makes me different, and it is what makes you different, because everybody, we have our own hobbies, we have our own strengths. Like, if you ask me to be a customer service person, you're asking for trouble. I'll pick a lot of fight with your customers. But you want somebody like Ryan to do your customer service. He's agreeable, okay? He sounds pleasant to listen to. So those are things that you want to highlight. So how do we prepare, and how do we present ourselves? That's very important. And most of the time, we do not practice, we do not rehearse. So a lot of the times, something we thought it's very clear in our mind until we need to teach other people, or we need to tell other people how to do it. Then suddenly you don't think it's as clear as you thought. And this is why I emphasize rehearsing. So for Bor, for Han, before they have an important appointment or presentation, here's what I suggested. Hey, record what you want to say it to the camera. Even better, let's jump on a call. I you treat me as your client. Let's have a practice session. You will say what you want to say, and I'll give you feedback on how are you saying it. Are you saying it too fast? Do you sound too anxious? Do you feel like so stressful? These are a lot of things we can't really review on ourselves. Okay, so this is where, like, today, for the first time, Ryan, we meet. I'll
Mhm.
encourage you. After this, I'll send you some emails, some guides to help you to get started on this. There will be some videos not created by me, it's created by other people, but I think they cover this very well. It's a good starting point to learn. Just watch some of those videos and do some personality tests, get to know yourself,
Mhm.
see what are the things that you are comfortable doing for hours a day. You will not get bored. Just know that. Do not worry about the get paid part. That is like my job.
Mhm.
My goal is to help everybody do what they like for a high price so they can have a good life doing what they like to do, instead of what pays well. Because what pays well today might or might not pay well 5, 7 years later. Sometimes
Mhm.
it doesn't take 5 years. Like, what pays well in 2019 really doesn't pay well in 2020. What paid, oh, for me, it's opposite. So in a way, I got lucky. What paid me well in 2018, 2019 paid really well in 2020, 2021. Okay, so
Mhm.
you can say I got lucky. Okay, so yeah, those are some perspectives. Okay, so okay, I'll just take this opportunity to read the chat a little, because I was looking at the camera. I was
Mhm.
looking at everybody's expression. So let me just briefly read. If anybody have any questions, just type it in the chat. And Ryan, I would encourage you to type you an email so I can send you a YouTube playlist. You can watch some videos to have a foundation for freelance. It will help you a lot.
Sure. Do I have to put it here in the chat,
Yeah, it would be
or
best if you put it here so I know, because I run the ad. More people sign up than I originally
Mhm.
thought, so I will not know which is you.
Mhm. All right, I'm typing it now.
Yeah, you can type it now. So I'll just read the chat here. Okay,
But
so
don't but
yeah.
don't laugh or like be offended. It's just the name, all right? That's the email address.
Also, that was you.
Yes.
I saw that email address. I was like, is somebody here to troll me? But I was like, oh, whatever, I don't care.
No, 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 it's not. But it's legit. That's a
Okay.
newly created email address.
I have a lot of funny emails that I'm not going to share here, so don't worry about it. So Anne said my tech support shift before changes
Mm,
every 2 weeks from morning suddenly change a week after or two. Yep. If it's at night all the time, it's less annoying. If you have to always change and suddenly today it's morning, tomorrow it's at night, then they have emergency meetings. Oh my God, those are the days. It reminds me of very unpleasant times. But I'm glad I was able to I'm glad I was able to overcome all of those.
mm,
Okay, so I'll send both of you some materials here, some guides by other people, which helped me a lot. And yeah, I'll also invite you to join our Facebook groups. We'll be sharing some materials there. We'll be sharing some stories. You'll get to network with people who are doing this for a full-time living. Okay, now
sure.
they are not
Mm,
millionaires, but they are making very comfortable money. Yeah, here. The people here
right.
in the community. They're not millionaires. At least
Mhm.
I don't know they have millions. If yes, then I'll charge them higher price.
Sure. Thank
But
you.
they are making
Mm,
very nice income here. All right, so guys,
mm,
if there is no other questions, uh, then I guess we will end the session here. Okay.
mm,
So number one, thanks for attending. I think it took a lot of faith to see a Facebook ad, type your name and email, actually attending the session with such short notice, showing up and actually ask. Actually, it took a lot of courage and thanks for trusting this. Thanks for actually attending. I was able to, I'm very glad to be able to at least help a little, I think. Okay, so thanks everybody for attending. We'll see you guys next week.